2, 1. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll the head back down. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Inhale. Exhale, curl the head up. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back down. We're going to speed this up. Inhale. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring the head back down. We're going to continue doing a few more of these. Your feet can be in tabletop or the feet can be down. If you want a little bit more engagement, the feet in tabletop, you'll feel it a little bit more right off the bat. It's your choice. Take your inhale, hands behind your head, elbows drawn inward slightly. Exhale and nodding up. Your gaze is past your knees and come back down. You'll take your exhale as you lift up and your inhale back down. Speeding things up a little bit more. Exhale, lifting up. Inhale, back down. Exhale, lift up. And inhale, back down. 2 more. Exhale, lift up. And inhale, down. Last one. Exhale, lift up. And inhale, down. Good. Bring the feet back down unless they already are. Not rock the knees side to side. Pelvic tilt here. A couple pelvic tilts. And then we'll go back into our tabletop position for everybody. Hands by your side, flexing the feet here. We're gonna do heel taps. Instead of marching, we come back up to tabletop each time. You're gonna take your exhale as you lower the right heel down towards your mat. Inhale it back up to tabletop. Exhale, lower the left leg. Inhale back up. I want you to continue at your own pace. And don't worry about the speed. It doesn't have to be the same as me. I want you to focus on finding that perfect pace for you and perfect distance for the leg. It doesn't have to touch the floor. You can feel a lot of ab engagement working right here, hovering. If you want to make it more difficult, the leg can extend slightly out in front of you, a little further out. Exhale every time that leg lowers, and then inhale it back up. Let's do a few more sets. Good. And last one. Finish off your last side and bring the feet back down. All right, rock the knees side to side. Let's take a little hug here. Hug the knees, rock side to side. Awesome. All right, we're gonna have our legs back into tabletop, hands behind your head again. Elbows drawn inwards slightly. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the head, neck and shoulders up. Your gaze is right past the knees. And we're gonna rotate towards the right knee, extend the left leg out. Okay, good. Switch. Switch. Exhaling every time you rotate. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. And rest. Hug the knees. Give yourself a gentle rock side to side. All right, we're gonna have our legs up to the ceiling. You're gonna have your hands by your side. Just to start, if you want to protect the low back at all, if it feels like having the full leg straight, that's a long lever exercise, puts too much load on the low back, feel free to bend the knees a little bit. If you'd like to shorten your lever, it takes a little pressure off the back, and it will prevent a little bit of that arching of the back. You're gonna just do the straight leg lowers, double leg. We're gonna flex the feet as you lower the legs down and point the toes as you bring the legs up. I'm gonna revert to straight legs here. Exhale down. Inhale, point, bring them up. Exhale down. Inhale, point, bring them up. Continue at your own pace, and remember, you don't have to take the legs super far down. You find that range that works for you, that doesn't compromise the neutral spine. And we don't want to have the back arching like this. We want to keep that low back supported. Exhale down and inhale up. Let's do a few more. 2. And 1 more. Point the toes back up and hug your knees. Give yourself a gentle rock again. This is my favorite reset between exercises. Next one we're going to do is hundreds. So remember, my rule in class is always, as for hundreds and any exercise where we're lying supine, you don't have to lift your head when you otherwise it's directed to. If the neck feels like it's compromised in any way or it's uncomfortable, feel free to keep your head down. Do what's best for you if you need to modify anytime. Hundreds, we can have the legs out at an angle straight out to you or in tabletop, your choice. And you can always hold one hand is holding the head as you pump the arms. You can switch, say, every 10. Take your pick. Take an inhale, arms by your side. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Find a spot to be comfy for a while. And let's begin. We pump the arms for inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last set, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, lower down, hug your knees. I'll be honest, I don't know if that was 9 of them or 10 of them, but definitely felt like 10. So we'll just call it 10. All right, we're gonna get off our back pretty soon. Just to mix it up a little bit and come back to our back later, as I always do. Let's do one more thing here on our back while we're at it. Let's take your hands by your side to start with, legs in tabletop. Inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. Let's grab onto the right leg, extend the left, and bring yourself up a little higher if you can, switching on your exhale. Switch, switch. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Lower the head, rock the knees. All right, I promise we'll get some hip stretches in between, especially when we need it, but that's coming later. Let's rock yourself up to seated or push yourself over and push yourself up from one side. All right. I'm going to just make sure that we're all on the same page. I'm going to take a gallery view again. See y'all. Hi again. Kind of weird when I had the view where I only see myself. Kind of feel like I'm not sure if you're still there. So nice to see your faces again. Let's do a teaser before we open up our hips a little bit. It's always kind of a nice one to do in between the quadrant positions. Let's take your balance point here. Also, I've noticed a lot of people peeling off layers. It's a good time to do that. Grab a sip of water and join me right here, hugging onto the knees, lengthening the spine as long as you can. And once you're there at your balance point, test it out. Bring your feet up, floating them off. You can grab on behind your knees and even out the balance there. This is fine if you want to keep the feet in that tabletop position. Otherwise, if you'd like to go for it all the way, you can go for the straight legs too. And either way, let's all come back to the tabletop here. Lengthen the spine a smidge more, shoulders rolled back and down, chin is down, gaze is up, but not too high. All right, think we got it? Looking good, you guys. Yes. Just balance, nice long breaths. Keep those shoulders rolled back and down, and a shoulder check every now and then. Especially if the legs are long in front of you, go for that if you'd like to. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. 2 parts to this one today. Feet together for a little stretch. Dog hair is out of control. I miss the studio. At least Dominique's dog doesn't shed. I need a dog like that. All right, part 2. We're gonna have her, I see enough. Oh, kitty, Pilates with cats. All right, we're gonna have our legs back in the tabletop, floating up to our balance point, shoulders rolled back and down. Part 2, we're gonna add some movement. Let's take the legs long as you open the arms, lower the legs a little bit, upper body comes down, and lift it all up together. If you wanna come up and back to tabletop, that's fine. Straight legs as you lower, exhale, bring it in. Straight legs as you lower, inhale, exhale, bring it in. And open, inhale, exhale, bring it in. And open, exhale, in. 2 more, open, exhale, in. Last one, open, exhale, in, and rest. Phew. Feet together. Definitely need to get those hip stretches in. I won't forget, I promise. All right, let's bring our feet together. We're gonna do a little roll back here. Remember on this roll backward, I tend to do almost halfway down the back. So when you're gonna roll back, I don't want it to be beyond the mid back. So this is basically that final point because we have to stay there to breathe for a few. So let's all do it together, feet together, arms in front of you, roll the shoulders back and down, and take your inhale to prepare. Exhale, curl the tailbone under. Keep the shoulders down, roll back, just about your sacrum or mid back. Take an inhale here. Stay for exhale. Stay for inhale. On your next exhale, come up, leading with the forehead, keeping that C curve in the spine, and stack the spine tall. Good. Inhale at the top. Exhale, curling under. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale to stay. Inhale to stay. Exhale, lead with the forehead and come up, straightening the spine as soon as you're on your sitting bones. Little rock side to side, up on top of your sitting bones. Inhale. And exhale, rolling back. Last time. This is a 3-breath hold, okay? Stay for an inhale. Exhale, stay. Stay for inhale. Exhale, stay. Stay for inhale. And exhale, coming back up. Good. Let's do a little stretch before we move on. Let's do let's see, figure 4 is always the best default, but if you like to take a pigeon stretch, of course, you can always do your pigeon if you generally do that often. Otherwise, figure 4 is perfect right now. Just a happy hip stretch before we move on. So whichever one you're doing, the right leg is going to be bent in front of you, crossed over, or if you're in pigeon, it's bent as you're upright. Let me take a peek. All right, I'll stop talking about pigeon because we're all doing the same figure 4. All right, while you're there, make sure that that foot is flexed in front of the knee. So when it's flexed, that helps maintain the alignment for all ligaments to the knees so it doesn't bug the knee when we do the stretch. You can gently push that knee away and simultaneously pull from behind the left knee as you push the right knee away if you want more intensity. All right, it feels so good, it's hard to stop. We have to switch sides cross over, checklist, flex that foot, pull and push simultaneously if you need that. Always remember when we do a figure 4 stretch, or anytime we're lying on our back, when the head is down, if you need a little pillow for the head, sometimes that will help make the whole thing more comfortable for your head position and spine. A little bit longer on the side, final 10 seconds or so. All right, and roll to one side to push yourself up, or rock and roll yourself up. Okay, let's do our hands and knees. Like, for me, this is, I feel like, the best part of class is these exercises. Really get so much out of it. Even just the opposite arm and leg exercise. It's like that one does everything. Just take a peek, make sure you're not going to hit anything. I think I've just barely cleared the couch. I'll go up a little bit. Okay. All right, we're going to just do some cat-cows to warm up the spine again. We're going to just take your arch, the tailbone comes upwards, shoulders are down, and your gaze is lifted up as you inhale. Take your exhale, round the spine, head comes down, tailbone tucks under. Inhale, arch the back, looking up, shoulders down. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, arch the back. And exhale, round the spine. All right, give yourself a little bit of a wiggle side to side. One hip comes up towards your right shoulder, right hip towards right shoulder. Switch, left hip towards left shoulder. And back to the middle. All right, let's do opposite arm as leg. Just checking in with yourself in your computer video. If you can see yourself, just make sure that the head is not dropped down and that it's not looking up. With your gaze is looking straight at the floor. We're going to take the right leg off behind you and the left arm reaches. Let's take your palm facing in so it helps keep that shoulder down away from the ear and lift that back leg up. Good. Lengthen and bring it in slowly, minimizing any shifts in the hips as you switch sides. So while you do this, continue going at your own pace, but I want you to constantly think about that checklist, that your shoulders are down away from your ears, the back of the neck is nice and long, the head is supported so it's not dropped down. And another really important one is just making sure that we're constantly drawing that navel upwards towards your spine. When we're in this position, it's easy to start to dip down into our shoulders, dropping down into the mat. Continuously push away, push your body away from the mat so we don't drop into the shoulders like this, or the pushing away. Good. So continue going. I'm going to take a peek at you guys. Take your exhale as you reach off, and your inhale as you bring it back in. Imagine you have that hot cup of tea balancing on your low back, and you don't want it to spill. It's super full. Good. Keeping that breath going. Exhale as you reach. Inhale as you bring it back in. You're reaching out to shake my hand. Good. Let's finish off one more on each side, or finish off your last side, and then you'll sit back into child's pose. Knees will be out to the sides of you, stretching your arms out long in front of you. And walk your fingertips a little longer. Let's take a little side body stretch while we're at it. You'll walk your hands towards one side, reaching on, say, towards the left side. And then place, if we're reaching towards the left direction, take your right hand on top of the left hand. Be a little bit more stretch in that right side body. Awesome. Walk it around to the other side, towards the right. Now your left hand will be on top of the right hand. and back to the middle. All right, let's go back to our hands and knees. I'll do actually the forearms instead of hands this time. Take your right leg up behind you. And we're gonna just stay here. If you want to be on the hands instead of forearms, that's totally cool too, your choice. We're gonna do our little booty lifts here. Perfect 90-degree angle, take a peek in the mirror, make sure that heel's right over the knee. Super flexed foot, like it's parallel to your ceiling. And let's begin little pulses upwards, about 4 inches or so, 3 to 4 inches, tiny lifts going up and up. I'm not using music today, and I'm also not snapping up a storm. I want you guys to kind of find that beat that works for you, that pace that you like. Good. Continue. Continue drawing that belly button up towards your spine. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Other side. All right, balancing on that other knee, that other leg coming up, left leg or whichever one you didn't do, just drop that hip down and go for it, starting now. Good. We're not dropping the leg down lower than our starting point. So a little lift and back to its beginning point. Keep going, tiny little pushes like you're raising the roof with your foot. Almost there, 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Sit back towards your heels. Arms long in front of you. All right. So now we kind of woke up the booty. Let's lie on our tummy and continue targeting that whole zone, the whole backside. And we're going to have your hands right underneath your forehead. We're going to just do our lower leg raises. So we're going to lift both the legs up and lower a bunch of times before we swim. So on this one, feel free to make your breath whichever direction feels better for you. I'm not going to cue inhale or exhale. I'll just remind you when to float the legs. All right, so ready, head is down on your hands, and you're going to float your legs now. Float both as high off the mat as you can. And then come back down. Ready, and float. I personally do an exhale when I float, but that might feel weird, depending on you. And again, float. Legs up and lower. Float the legs and lower. 2 more, float the legs. Good, and lower. Last one, float the legs and lower. The final one, float the legs. And we're gonna swim, kicking those legs, keeping them lifted as much as you can, like you're in a pool. Kick, 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 kick. Swim, swim for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good job. All right, we're gonna have your hands behind you. I promise we'll get a counter stretch really soon, I promise. While we're here lying on our tummy, just rock side to side. A little release here for the low back too. All right, last part of this, we're gonna float everything with the arms back by our sides. Take an inhale. Exhale, lifting the whole body up, legs, upper body, arms are reaching back, head is looking down. And lower back down. And float everything up. And back down. One more, float. And down. Final portion of this, arms reach in front of you. Full body swim with arms and legs. Feel free to modify if you want, if you like to. If you've had enough, you can also just swim with the arms if you want only, or legs only again, or both. Take your inhale to prepare though. And your exhale, floating everything up. And breathing as normal as possible. Begin swimming. Opposite arm and leg reaches up. And you can go faster and smaller or slow and bigger, your choice. Just keep swimming for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Now we get that awesome counter stretch. Hands under your shoulders, press yourself up and back towards your heels. Arms are nice and long. If you bring your knees wide, you can get a little closer to the mat. Sometimes it feels good, especially for an underarm stretch. If you want to do a downward dog stretch right now, sometimes people feel like that is a really good counter stretch after doing the floats and whatnot, swimming in floats. Take your choice to do a downward dog if you'd like to right now. And then whatever stretch you're doing, we will all come back together. All right, let's do a little bit of a sideline stuff. I'm going to be on my right side, so that means that will be your left. This whole mirror thing, I think that's what it means. All right, so kind of doesn't even matter. All right, we're going to take your left elbow right underneath your shoulder. As soon as you pop up into this side plank, it's going to feel like it's getting away from you if it's not under your shoulder. So make sure it's right there under you to support you. Modified versions look like this. Both knees, one knee, one leg straight. All these variations. You can have your hand on your hip if you want to. Otherwise, you can add on. So join me at the top. Everybody in your favorite plank, side plank. And I'm going to take my leg floating. Let's go for it. We're going to hug yourself. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Last one. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. And lower back down. Good. Hands under, it's going to be an arm pillow right here underneath your head. So you're going to just rest on your forearm, elbow-ish area. You're going to bend both the knees and float the feet up here. So your feet are right behind you. And hand can support you if you need that here. It can also be here for a little less stability and more challenge. So open that top knee as you inhale. Exhale to close. Inhale to open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Always remember to create resistance as you close and exhale. That's the most important part of this exercise. For me, the point of this is primarily focusing on pelvic floor strength building. So you get that by exhaling and creating resistance as the knees come together. I'm focusing more today on the exercise benefits of the knees coming together more than the pressing away. So adductor focus, pelvic floor focus. Good. Continue. As you inhale, open, exhale, close. A few more. Let's do 2. One more. Good. And rest. Line your back, roll to your back. And we're going to do figure 4 stretch really quick on that leg that was just moving. So for me, it's my left. Just a happy hip stretch really quick before we move on to the last part. All right. Back at it, same side. Last part, we're going to prop yourself back up, elbow right underneath your shoulder, and we're going to have the single leg reaches, we're gonna take that top foot completely perpendicular, parallel to the floor. That foot is super flexed. Supporting hand if you need it. If you don't need it, can be here again. And the bottom knee is bent for support and more comfort. But if you want more challenge, of course, the whole plumb line position is great right here. Both legs straight, hips are stacked. All right, so take your favorite one and we'll go for it. Inhale as you sweep the leg forward, flex the foot, showing off our feet and point back behind you. Inhale, sweep it forward, like doing a high five with our feet all together. And take it back. Inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, back. Two more. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, back. Last one. And back, good. Rest. Let's do a knee to chest stretch on your back. That leg that was just kicking is hugging towards your chest. The foot that's on the floor is flexed. Bring it in for a little deeper stretch, as close as comfy and possible. And then release it a little bit so you can start some circles. So gentle circles, drawing that knee in towards the chest with a little bit of a downward pressure. And reverse your direction. Good. And so which other leg? All right, so the leg that you're hugging in towards your chest, that foot can be just relaxed or pointed, but the foot on the floor is flexed. So tell your brain the opposite of what it's trying to do to you. Hug, 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 nice and deep stretch. Release that stretch and circle the knee around. Whole leg circle, stir the pot. Gentle downward pressure as it comes towards the chest. And other direction. And rest. All right, while we're here on our back, we're going to finish off a little bit more of the ab stuff. Now we're going to bring yourself to tabletop again. Hands are going to be by your side. And actually, we're going to crisscross the ankles right there. So you're going to cross the feet over the other. Hands stay by your side on this exercise to support you. And you have an option to vary this up a little bit if you'd like to. This is not that typical classical Pilates mat exercise. It's a reverse crunch. But of course, I want to do it more in the Pilates way of things. So Pilates rules, meaning rolling up your spine, using your core strength to help you do that. So we're not using momentum at all. So none of this big swing and drop thing. So really just a small movement. If this is it, that's fine. It doesn't take much to feel it and to have it work here. So rolling up your spine and down. If you're not feeling like you're going very far, this one builds over time. Your arms are also supporting you a lot to help you go up and to help control the down. Choose your direction that you want to have the breath go on. You can do an inhale as you roll up, exhale down, or the opposite. Again, I like to do an exhale when I roll up. I feel like I get a lot more out of that crunch. Good. If you want to add on, you feel like this is too easy or anything, you can always roll up higher, extend the legs a little, and then roll down. So if you want to get fancy, feel free to get fancy. We still will do our rollovers, so if you're craving that, it's coming next. But the small, tiny ones, there's something to say about it. I feel so much work happening. Good. I love ab work without lifting the head whenever possible. A few more. 2 more. 1 more. And done. You guys are awesome. Hug your knees to your chest, rock side to side. Alrighty. As promised, rollovers are next. If you know that you modify them in any way, please feel free to modify your rollovers. Make sure you have room behind you, scooching down from the sofa behind me. And legs will be up to the ceiling, hands by your side. Legs come down for a little bit of a starting point right here, a little lower. And you're going to take your inhale as you roll up and over to your shoulder blades. Open the feet apart, shoulder distance apart, flex the feet, and roll down. Using your arms, the back of your arms, the triceps are helping you so much. You should actually kind of feel them firing a little bit here. Up and over, inhale, open, flex, exhale, roll down. Any variations you like to do on this one, you can also shorten your lever of the legs if you like. You can roll up and over and then roll down like a ball. Yep, your choice. If you want to stretch on this and you're not into the rollovers or it's not good for the neck for you, feel free to check out of this one and do a stretch if you like while we finish. If anybody want to add a leg circle from the top as you roll down, the legs can circle around and together. Yep, up and over, open, flex, circle. Let's do one more. Open, flex, circle the legs around and down. Hug your knees to your chest, all join there. All right, legs up to the ceiling. We're gonna do our splits, my favorite one on the supine series of ab exercises. Take your hands, just grab them somewhere on the leg is fine. They will reach higher towards the ankle when we split. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up. And let's grab the right leg towards you. Lower that left leg down. Both legs as straight as they can be. And switch on your exhale. Reaching up towards your ankle, somewhere like calf, ankle, that area is great. Don't focus too much on trying to reach as high as possible. I just want you to feel like you got a good grab that's comfy. The shoulders are staying down. Exhale as you switch. Head can always be down if you need that, of course. Listen to your body. Keep going. Not too fast. Good. Last 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Hug the knees. Bring your head back down and rock the knees side to side. We're going to do a few of the other leg exercises on our back here. And of course, since we don't have the rollers today, to up the ante a little bit, if you want to make it a little bit more challenging, you can lift the head on some of these. So I'll cue you when we have that option, okay? So your legs will be up to the ceiling. We're going to do some crisscross legs. And this is one of those that the head could be up. If you want the head up, it's nice to have it supported with your hands in your head, cradling it so you can lift up. Otherwise, the head down is perfectly fine. You can lower the legs a little bit more in front of you if you want more challenge there. And make sure the low back is not creating an arch. And begin crisscrossing. So you crisscross, keeping the legs as close together as possible. Inhaling for a bunch. And exhale for a bunch. The legs can be straight up to the ceiling as well the whole time. Or you can go lower, 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 and up, 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 and down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 up. 2 more sets. And up, 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 up. Last set. And up, 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 and rest. Drop the feet down, hug the knees. We'll do our heel beats, legs up to the ceiling. Same thing again. The head can be up on this one if you like that. And if you have the head up, it enables a little more leverage for the legs to be down in front of you a little bit more without the low back compromising. Open, close, open, close. So if you want the head down, that's perfectly fine. Continue. You can go for big ones if you like big splits and slow it down before the heels crash. Exhale when you bring it together. If you're doing small, fast beats, just breathing as normal as possible. Nice deep inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Find that perfect split for the beat. Whatever you're doing, 10 seconds, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Whew, good job. Inner thigh is on fire, and we have one more thing before we move on. All right, we're gonna do a little tiny scissors. So we already did our splits, the big ones. And then this one is, of course, one more thing that's not traditional classical Pilates. And we're gonna, everybody will lift their head up. If it's okay for your neck, take an inhale. Exhale, lift the head, neck, and shoulders up, and we'll bring the legs down in front of you. Hands can reach or stay on the mat. Flutters right here. Inhaling for a bunch of flutters, maybe 4. Exhale for 4. Inhale. And exhale. You can have your head down if you need it. Take care of yourself. Continue fluttering despite. And keep going. Almost there, guys. Last round. Final exhale. And rest. Woo. That was awesome. Good job, you guys. Before we move on, we're going to just do some bridges here. And then we get to move again. So you're going to have your hands by your side, knees are bent, heels kind of close to you, but not too close. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale.
Anna?
Yes.
Excuse me. Are we going to go back to the other sideline work? The other side? We only did one side.
Thank you for reminding me. You're awesome. Yeah, I'm thinking about too many things with this computer situation. Thank you.
Listen, don't worry about it.
All right, let's do our bridges and then second side of that for kind of cap it all off. Thank you. All right, so bridges first. All right. All right, let's take your inhale to prepare. And then on your exhale, curl the tailbone under, rolling up to your full bridge, all the way up to your shoulder blades. Make sure that there's some space under your chin there. Inhale at the top. And exhale, rolling down. And that articulating back down the spine. Good. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, peeling up off the mat, reaching the knees forward as you roll up to your bridge. Continue reaching the knees forward in that direction as you roll down. That helps prevent excessive swaying. Inhaling at the bottom to prepare. And exhale, rolling up. Inhale at the top. Checking in on those hips, that pelvis stays stable. Exhale, rolling down. Good. Next part of this, you're going to have your hands up for less stability. If you need the hands down, that's totally fine. Your choice. Otherwise, we're going to opt for less stability. Palms are facing each other in, so just the forearms are up. Take an inhale. Exhale, rolling up to your bridge. And then we're going to do our lower and lift of the hips about 4 inches or so, 3 to 4 inches down, down and up, down and up. So every time you lift up, give yourself an exhale up. Down, exhale up, down, exhale up. Good. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale at the top. Exhale, roll back down. Good. Last part of this today, we'll do our single leg addition as well. So we're gonna just top it all off with that. Roll up to your full bridge right now on your exhale. Find the stability using your arms, especially to stabilize you as you lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. You're gonna lower that leg down towards the floor as you exhale, and then bring it back up. If you wanna add any fancy footwork, flexing the feet down and point back up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. One more. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Replace that foot down and roll back down between sides. A little break between sides. I'm not that mean. All right. Second side. Take your inhale to prepare. Exhale. Rolling up to your full bridge. Final bridge. Here we go. Other leg comes up to the ceiling. Stable hips. Checking in on your hip bones every now and then. And ready. Flex the foot down. Point the toes up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Exhale, flex down. Inhale, point up. Last one. Exhale, flex down. And inhale, point up. Replace that foot down and roll, 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 roll. All right, we're gonna do one last stretch here. Any stretch you want, figure 4, or just knee circles on your back before we do our second side. Oh, that was a first. I guess there's a first for everything. I'm grateful for you guys. All right, let's get at that second side. Rock yourself up. And I'm on my left side. You guys are on your right side. If you can remember what kind of plank you did on the first side, it's been a while, but it's probably whatever's your default, go-to favorite plank default. All right, elbow right under your shoulder. Ready? Let's all pop up to our plank on 3. 1, 2, 3. Full plank. Top arm is up if you did that. And I'm gonna float that top leg. Take an inhale at the top. Exhale, rotate, hug yourself. Inhale to open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale to open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. 2 more. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, open, and bring it down. Good. Use your arm as the pillow for second side of these guys. So if our knees are bent, feet are floating behind you, not too far behind you. Just take a peek and make sure that the heels are slightly behind your glutes there. And a balance support here if you need it, otherwise on your hip. Ready? You'll take your inhale. Exhale, close. Inhale. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Give yourself that resistance every time the knee closes. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. I look like a ghost. It's way too much light coming into the window. I'm parked right now in front of a big picture window, and I thought it would be great natural light. There's a lot of natural light. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. 3 more. Inhale, open. Last 2. Exhale, close. 1 more. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Figure 4 stretch for that side. That was moving before we do our final exercise on that side with the single leg kicks. Make sure that foot's crossed over is flexed. I'm gonna need my sunglasses next time. Alrighty, mini stretch. All right, back to your same side there. Final one, make sure you have clearance for kicking. Make sure that elbow is right under your shoulder again, really supportive. And you're gonna just take your leg, make sure that the leg is nice and long. As it kicks in front of you, you flex the foot as you inhale. High five that foot. Exhale, take it back. Inhale. And exhale back. As we do this, it's really easy to start to sink into the shoulder that we're supporting ourselves on. All that load is on the shoulder and hip. So really press yourself away from the mat because this starts to happen. So make sure that you keep a lot of distance between that side of your body and the mat. So your right side of the body. Good. Flex forward, inhale. And exhale, point back. Flex forward, inhale. Exhale back. 3 more, inhale. Exhale back. 2. Exhale back. 1 more. And rest. Final stretch right now for whatever your hip needs at figure 4. We can also do a pigeon stretch again. Time check, it's 11:09, so we have a little bit of time to start kind of winding things down. So any stretch that you're craving, I am craving a pigeon stretch myself. Been a while. And while we're here stretching, I'm just going to remind you guys that we are adding more classes. I'm sure you're all in the loop and getting all the information from Dominique, but yeah, just keep checking back as well at the schedule, the new online schedule offerings, because Patty's going to be adding some classes. I think Aubrey as well. So we're all kind of figuring out our new routines and where we can add classes. Maybe I can add more classes too. As well. So stay tuned for more offerings. Let's switch to your other side. I know it wasn't maybe long enough, but we still have a couple more things to do. Switching sides, whatever exercise you're doing, stretch. All right, final plank before we do a final side bend exercise. We're gonna just take your favorite modified version or full plank, your choice. When I say modified, I really mean you can do forearm. It's not really modified, it's just a different focus. If you do forearm plank, it's a little more core focused. When you do a high on your hand plank, full arm plank here, it's also incorporates a lot more of the upper body, shoulder girdle, and upper body strength. So take your favorite. This is my favorite right now. Lower the hips down. Take a peek in your viewfinder there that you can make sure that your hips are lower enough so you're not sticking up. And you're going to just hold for about 30 seconds. Holding, holding, holding. I'm timing. Nice deep breaths while you're holding. Keep going. 10 seconds. Or 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Sit back towards your heels for counter stretch. There's 2 parts to this. Second part, final blast, is forearms. If you are on your forearms for this one, you do knee climbers, but the knee comes out to the side of your body, up towards the side, like your shoulder. Otherwise, if you're on your hands, mountain climbers, knee comes in. Okay, ready? Take your favorite one. I'm actually gonna do this one right now. And go for it, knee climber.
It doesn't have to be fast. You can focus really slow ones if you'd like. If you're doing slow ones, you can exhale as the knee comes in. Nice deep exhale every time. Take your pick. Keep going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Sit back towards your heels. Stretch your arms in front of you. And rest. Come up to the seated position. We'll face each other. Just gonna do a mini mermaid side bend stretch just to kind of finish off. And you can have your left leg bent in front of you and the right leg is bent to the side of you. All right, you're gonna have your right palm up. Let's see, right palm is up. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift up first and over. As you go over, the other supporting elbow will just bend so the shoulder stays down. And open, inhale. Exhale, the side bend. And open, inhale. Last one, exhale, side bend. You can walk that hand out a little further if you'd like to. Good. And open. Before we switch sides, take a reverse stretch. That arm comes over. Head, opposite arm is over. And rest, other side. Just flip those legs around, swing them around. Good. Now your left palm is up. Other fingertips are down. Take an inhale. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, open. Exhale, up and over. And open. Exhale, up and over. Last time. Walk the hands out a little further if you'd like to. And open. Reverse stretch. And rest. That was an awesome class, you guys. Getting used to this, kind of working out the kinks. Pretty soon it will feel more seamless. Thank you. That it won't really feel like there's this thing here. But thank you so much for joining with me. And as we all get used to all this whole new Zoom world, I think it will be more seamless every single week. Stay tuned for more classes added. And again, thanks to all of you for joining and keeping our Pilates community, body and motion community going through all this time. Strength together, we have it. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a completely different person than I was like at 9 this morning. Of course, I've had coffee since then, but yeah. So I really appreciate